score for the Panthers, and it's 2-1. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. It's 2-1 in favor of the Huskies. Again, Hemlock 1-0, Elma 0-1. Elma needs to win this game because then they would join a plethora of other teams at 1-1, which would kind of even out the field. If they lose, then they're at the bottom at 0-2. And the Huskies, this is a big game for them because if they lose, then they join that crowd at 1-1 crowd. However, if they win, they join just Meridian and Mount Pleasant as the only teams yet to lose. So, big circumstances for both teams. Shot and just off. Another shot. That one goes off the top. Two beautiful chances. That one scores. Two golden opportunities, and finally the third time's a charm for Hemlock. 3-1 Huskies. Three minutes to go, 2 minutes have elapsed. It's 3-1 Hemlock. First team that wins 3 games will win the week, a best of 5. That one rattles around the corner, nobody goes there. Shot by Hemlock, saved out by Elma. Elma in orange, Hemlock in blue. They have a 3-1 lead, Hemlock does. Kind of a stalemate now. He had a little bit of scoring going on there. Now some defense happening. Elma has to play a little bit of catch up here. They're down 2. Hemlock, though, not going to stop the offense. They could play defense. Relax shot. Oh, that wasn't line to the right. Had an opportunity to grow the lead. It's another going to have another opportunity across the middle. The goal shot, score! Four, 1 Hemlock with 2 minutes to go. Under 2 minutes to play. 4-1 Hemlock leads here in game number 1 in this best of 5. That one's shot and a nice save by Elma. Hemlock had an opportunity to extend the lead, but just unable to. It's 4-1 still. Elma's going to have to start getting some offense. They're just playing tough defense right now. Good defense, but they've got to find some offense here with just a minute and a half to go. Down by 3. Minute 20 to go, shot wide right, just off to the left. This one's coming back, shot just off a little bit to the mark again, but shot back in, score! Five, 1 Huskies. Closing in on a minute to go. It's 5-1 Hemlock here in this first game, this best of 5. Hemlock undefeated. They beat Sacred Heart Varsity last week, trying to join Meridian. And Mount Pleasant is the only teams at 2-0 after 2 weeks. Under a minute to go. Well, Elma's got a lot of work to do to try to come back in this one with only 50 seconds left. Down by 4. They've had to primarily play defense. The few times they've gotten an opportunity on offense, they've done very well, including the score, but they've had to stay back so much. Hemlock with the aerial shot. And that one bounces in and scores. 6-1 Hemlock. Six to 1 Hemlock Huskies lead. It looks like they're going to win this first game, and they'll be 2 games away from a victory. That one, score! 7-1 Hemlock. 20 seconds left. 7-1, Hemlock lead, 15 seconds. Shot and a score, make it 8-1. And as the clock ticks down to the final 5 seconds, it'll still rattle around. The ball's still alive until it hits the ground officially. And there it is. Hemlock wins 8-1. So the Huskies win game number 1 by a final score of 8-1. And the Huskies are 2 games away from joining Meridian and Mount Pleasant as the only other teams to stay and remain undefeated at 2-0. Elma High and Home School is in danger of falling to 0-2, and they would be joining the Sacred Heart varsity squad, and Maury Flex Tech is the only other team 0-2. But again, this is just week 2. A lot of the standings still relatively close and battered. 4 teams out of the 8 will make it, and right now, if Hemlock wins these next 2 games, them, Meridian, and Mount Pleasant will kind of have set themselves a little bit up for a better opportunity, being that they will be the only 3 teams yet to lose, with 5 regular season weeks remaining after this one. So that's why being 2-0, while it's not, doesn't mean everything. I mean, Hemlock, any of those teams, Hemlock, Mount Pleasant, Meridian, they could still all miss the playoffs logistically, but they have now put themselves at a much higher position to now make the playoffs. The probability of making the playoffs when only 4 out of the 8 make it at 2-0 versus 1-1 is probably a pretty big difference. I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm sure it's a big difference. Here we go, game number 2. Hemlock in blue, Elma in orange. Elma needs to win this one to kind of balance things a little bit out. Hemlock saying, not so fast. Oh, and what a save by Elma. Great save by Elma. 2 nice saves. That one hit on the top and back out. "30 seconds down, no score yet as the 2 collide in the middle and blow each other up. Still nothing going yet offensively. A couple of shots for Hemlock, but some really nice saves by Elma. No score yet as we close in on a minute through. How about Elma, though? This has been a much more impressive showing. They just still, Elma, the Panthers just can't get any sort of offensive rhythm. Every time they get it out of their own goal, Hemlock's right there to send it back. Hemlock, oh, and a nice job there by Elma to get that one out. That was Glenn with a nice save, and maybe now for Elma, nope, back in. See, every time, this is trouble. Hemlock's off the wall, back out to the middle, unable to do anything with it, back out. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go, still no score in game number 2 in this best of 5. Hemlock won game 1, looking to win game number 2, still no score yet, 3:30 to go. This is pretty unbelievable defense right now by both these teams. Neither team able to get a shot. There's the shot and a save by Elma. Hemlock had a good shot, and again a brilliant save by the Panthers. Elma having to play hardcore defense. Shot to the wide to the left. Can Elma gain a lead and somehow get some capitalization here? This could be huge for the Panthers. Shot, and will go wide to the left though, just a little bit off the mark. Under 3 to play still. No score. This one's coming across the middle, but nobody was there for Elma. A shot, wide up high. Another shot for Elma, but a nice save by Hemlock. Here come the Huskies, and a nice save by Elma. We've played halfway through game number 2. There's the score! 1-0 Huskies. Finally, halfway through the game number 2, and we finally have our first goal. It's the Huskies of Hemlock who are trying to win this second game and force a pressure game. 3 score! No goals for 2.5 minutes, and then in a matter of 7 seconds, there were 2 goals scored. It's 2-0 Hemlock. Two minutes and 20 seconds to go. It's 2-0 Hemlock. If they win, then that means game number 3 will be win or end it for Alma. Alma, though, still has a lot of time left. Still over 2 minutes to go to try to at least match this. We still have not had an overtime game yet this season. I thought for a minute this might have been our first, the way the game was going. Here we go. Aerial dribble coming in and back out by Alma nicely. Here we go, a chance for Huskies to extend the lead, unable to. Hemlock right there, a nice sent out by Alma. Boy, tons of nice saves by the Panthers. They just, again, if they could just get some sort of offense, this defense is good enough to hang with it, but the offense is just not there for Alma. Closing in on a minute to go. Hemlock leads 2-0. They can win this game and have a win, and they advance to 2-0 game 3. If not, Alma has to try to make a comeback. One minute to go. One more minute for Alma to try to score at least 2 goals to force overtime. Hemlock shot, score! 3-0 Husky lead. .50 seconds to go. 3-0 Hemlock looking to hang on and secure game number 2 and being one step closer to joining Meridian and Mount Pleasant as the only teams undefeated at 2-0. .30 seconds left, and Hemlock off the top. Somehow, some way, it didn't go in. .15 seconds. Hemlock going for the aerial shot. It's there. Oh, off the right side. Sent back in and nobody there. 5 seconds to go. And that should ball in the air. Still in the air. Again, this clock doesn't stop till it hits the ground. There it is. Hemlock wins 3-0. And the Huskies of Hemlock have now put themselves 1 game away from joining Meridian and Mount Pleasant as the only other teams at a 2-0 record. And Alma High and Homeschool is in grave danger of becoming the 3rd team to fall to 0-2. Kind of opposite, polar opposites there of places you want to be. You don't want to be 0-2. You want to be at 2-0. If Alma is to get out of that 0-2 hole, now they have to win 3 matches in a row, which is a pretty tall feat considering they have not won yet. Although that game, much closer, and that was more of what we expected going into this game. Alma did lose to Clare last week, but they played relatively close against a very good Clare team who lost to Meridian today. But that 3-0 game, I think, was more indicative of what we kind of expected, not the 8-1 game we saw first. So here we go at game number 3. This could be our final game of week number 3. If Hemlock wins, that will be it. Here on the Alma College stage, you can see behind me on your screens, getting everybody set and ready to go for what, again, could be our final game of week number 3 here on Bell Rocket League. It's been a pleasure being with you here for week number 2. Hopefully my partner in crime, Chris, we wish you the best. We'll be back next week to join me on commentary so we can get you ready for week number 3. It should be good week number 3 again. Join us here on twitch.tv/Blockhouse Live next Sunday at around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time as we get you prepped up for week number 3. But first, we got to finish week number 2, which could finish right here. Here we go. Could this be it? Hemlock wins. They will be 2-0 and they will win over Elma. Hemlock in blue, Elma in orange. Shot goes wide right. It took 2.5 minutes last game before we saw a goal. How long will it take in game number 3? It's win or end for Elma. They got to win this game to even have a chance. Elma has to win 3 games in a row to win. Not an easy task, but not an impossible task. First, Elma's got to take a lead. Score! Huskies 1-0. Closing in on a minute gone with 4 minutes to go. It's 1-0 Hemlock. If they win this game, they will win their matchup and they will go to 2-0. A shot that nobody was able to get to. Hemlock has done themselves well by setting each other up for goals. Elma has not. They have not done anything offensively. However, Elma defensively, it's been a show. They've had a ton of really nice saves. Haven't been able to get anything going offensively. Here's a chance right in front of the goal, but it's saved by Hemlock. That was a golden opportunity, but a brilliant save by Hemlock. Still 1-0 Huskies. Hemlock creeping. Hemlock score! 2-0 Hemlock with 3 minutes and 14 seconds to play in game number 3. Under 3 minutes to play, 2-0 Hemlock. Elma has to win this game to force a game number 4. If they don't, they'll fall to 0-2 on the season, and the Huskies will advance, and they will move to 2-0 on the season. Shot coming in by Elma, but a little bit high. Another shot, score! 2-1, they cut the lead in half. That is JR. So the lead has been cut in half with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Let's see if Elma can come back here, tie this one up, and make things interesting. Oh, what a play, though, by Hemlock. An aerial dribble through the sky with a goal. And a beautiful aerial shot to put the lead back to 2. We've played halfway through game number 3. It's 3-1 Hemlock, 4-1 Hemlock. Hemlock. They can smell victory, and they can smell the ability to be 2-0 and join Meridian and Mount Pleasant in the undefeated ranks through 2 weeks. And kind of put themselves in a category that, again, with only 4 teams making the playoffs, put them in a higher position than a lot of teams that are either sitting at 1-1 or 0-2. Elma, however, on the flip side of that, they are in danger of falling 0-2. That is not where you want to be. Still 5 weeks left, but with 3 teams 2-0 and everybody else above 1-1 and only 4 making the playoffs, it's not a great place to be, but it doesn't mean they're out of it by any means. They're still very well in it, and they've played well today. Give credit, though, to Hemlock. They've just played a little bit better. 8-1 victory in game 1, 3-0 victory in game 2, and now looking to secure a game 3 victory and end it. And that one right there for Elma, but just unable to score with Glenn. Shot, score! 5-1 Hemlock. And the Huskies are pulling away and have grown their lead to 4. One minute to go in what is likely to be our final game here of week number 2. Hemlock just has to hang on to a 5-1 lead, and they will be the week 2 winners over the Panthers. .30 seconds left in week 2. Last gasp opportunities for Elma. Can the Panthers make any sort of noise, or will the Huskies waltz into a 2-0 season start? Nice shot, but a little off to the right. 10 seconds. Score! 6-1 Huskies. Final 5 seconds. And that will do it. 7-1 the final, and the Hemlock Huskies are victorious over the Elma High and High School Panthers, which means Hemlock joins Meridian and Mount Pleasant as the only other teams at 2-0. And let's see what the players have to think about that. Let's go over to Alex, who's with Hemlock.
All right, so we're going to talk to the winners from Hemlock. What do you think your key to your success was for this game?
Not being so aggressive and passing.
I think so too. That was great. All right, and on to you. So you can always improve as a team. What do you think? We are? Okay, so what do you think you could improve on as a team?
I think more passing plays would be better.
Always good to have good teamwork. Passing is good. And then after a win like this, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good. All right, so that wraps it up for our matches for tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Back over here on the Elma College stage, just to give you your final wrap-up thoughts here, just in case you missed it. Our first game was Meridian victorious over Clare. Second game, Ithaca was victorious over Carson City. They go to 1-1. Meridian, by the way, advances to 2-0. Clare to 1-1. Carson City to 1-1. Mount Pleasant victorious over Sacred Heart Varsity. They advance to 2-0. Sacred Heart Varsity falls to 0-2. Sacred Heart JV was victorious over Maury Flex Tech. Flex Tech falls to 0-2. Sacred Heart JV advances to 1-1. And in our final game, Hemlock victorious. They join Meridian Mount Pleasant as 2-0 teams, and High School falls to 0-2. Here's next week's schedule for you. Oh boy, how about that opening game? Meridian and Hemlock, 2-0 teams collide to start the day in week number 3. Whew, that should be a heck of a matchup to kick off next week. Mount Pleasant and Clare, a couple of northern schools that will be facing off. And then Sacred Heart JV and Varsity take on Ithaca and Carson City. 2 teams next week that are 0-2 will have a chance to win. Elma and Maury Flex Tech will do it. All right, well, that will do it from us here at Blockhouse. What a great week number 2. We want to thank all of you for joining us. Again, join us next week for week number 3. For